Hello everyone. In the last lecture, we saw some properties of groups. Namely, in a group, identity is unique, inverse for every element is unique, and we also proved that inverse of the inverse gives us the same element. We will now continue with some more properties of groups, and we look at the next result. That is, suppose G is a group, then we will prove that A star B inverse is B inverse star A inverse for all elements A and B in the group. So if I call this as product, though actually in examples it may not be the product, but if I call this as product of A and B, then this means inverse of the product is product of the inverses taken in the reverse order. So temporarily, if I think of this as product, then if I use this terminology rather, then I can say that inverse of the product is product of the inverses taken in the reverse order. So this is what I wish to prove first. So let us begin with any group G comma star, and let us also take any two elements of G. Now we know that every element in G has an inverse, and in the last lecture we proved that inverse of every element is unique. So we also set up a notation for inverse of an element. I mentioned that the textbook uses this notation, but that I would be using this notation for inverse of an element. So since A and B are elements of G, we know that A inverse and B inverse will exist. So A inverse and B inverse also lie in G, and A combined with A inverse combined with A will give me identity. Similarly, B combined with B inverse will also give me identity. Since A and B are both elements of G, if we use the fact that closure property is satisfied, so because these two elements lie inside G, A star B will also be in G. So it is going to have an inverse because again it's an element of the group, but we will now show that its inverse must specifically be equal to this element. So we look at the expression CONS. I use this short form very often. This is for consider. So consider the expression A star B inverse star A inverse. And now one has to actually use the associative property a little smartly. So firstly, let us think of this as A star B star X. So I think of this entire second element, this entire bracket as X. So now this looks like a combination of three elements, and this allows me to shift the brackets, and I can write it this way. So because the operation star is associative in G, I can shift the brackets this way. So when I use it on this expression, this is what it is going to look like. A star bracket B star X. Remember, for us X is this second bracket. And now once again, inside that bracket, use the associative property. So we get A star, shift the brackets, B star B inverse star A inverse. And now let's use equation 2, B combined with B inverse. I'll simplify this innermost bracket first. So we'll get A star, B combined with its inverse is E, B star B inverse is E, star A inverse, and now identity combined with any other element of the group is that element. So E star A inverse is going to be A inverse. So and ultimately A star A inverse will be equal to E. So I have proved that this product is equal to E. So out here I have proved that the product of these two elements, remember I am calling it product just for ease of notation. So this product is equal to identity. One can similarly prove that this product too will be equal to identity. In fact, just for the sake of practice, it will be a good idea to pause your video and try and prove this equation. Show that this also gives you identity. So now, if I call this element as x and this as y, I have proved that x star y is identity and y star x is also identity. And remember, if product of two elements is identity in both directions, it means one of them is inverse of the other. So either I can say that this element is inverse of this, or I can say that this is inverse of this, depending on what exactly I am trying to prove. So here I will say that this element is inverse of this. So my second element is inverse of the first element A star B. So product of these two taken in both directions is identity. Therefore, any one of them can be taken as inverse of the other. So I take this as inverse of this. And now let's translate this into an equation. So we get B inverse star A inverse is means equal to, and recall that notation, inverse of an element is written as that element raised to -1. And that gives us the result that inverse of the product is equal to product of the inverses, but it is taken in the reverse order. So A star B inverse actually becomes B inverse star A inverse. Now we look at the next result, and the next property is going to be very important. It's called as cancellation laws. So if we have a group, if G comma star is a group, then we can prove that both left and right cancellation laws hold. So if G is a group, then both left as well as right cancellation laws hold. What exactly do we mean by that? That is, for A, B, C in G, if A star B is equal to A star C, then I should be able to cancel A from both sides on the left and come up with the conclusion that B is equal to C. Since I am cancelling the factor on the left on both sides, this is called as left cancellation law. And likewise, we have right cancellation law, which says if B star A is equal to C star A, then once again B will be equal to C. This time I have cancelled the factor which is to the right on both sides of the equation. So this is called as right cancellation law. So if G happens to be a group, then we have both left as well as right cancellation laws. I am going to prove over here the left cancellation law, and then as an exercise I expect you all to immediately try out the proof of the right cancellation law. So let's begin with left cancellation law. So let us take three elements in a group G with respect to the operation star. So let A, B, C belong to G. And let us assume that for these elements, A star B is equal to A star C. Now A is an element of G. Since A is an element of G, which is a group, A must have an inverse. So there will exist A inverse in G, and A combined with its inverse is going to give me identity. Let me call this as equation 2. Now since we have agreed to call this as product as in inverted commas. So since we have agreed to call this as product, now let's pre-multiply both sides of this equation by A inverse. Pre-multiply means multiply from the left on both sides. So from equation 1, when I pre-multiply by A inverse, I'll get A inverse star A star B equal to A inverse star A star C. And now if you use the associative property, you can shift the brackets, and this is what you will get. And A inverse star A is identity. Identity combined with any element of the group is that element. So we come up with the conclusion that B is equal to C. Therefore, if on both sides of the equation I have the factor A to the left, I can cancel that. This is called as left cancellation law. And we similarly have right cancellation law. So here the factor A is to the right, and we can cancel that and come up with the conclusion B equal to C. So I have only proved the left cancellation law here, but by a similar argument you can prove the right cancellation law. The cancellation laws are extremely important because this tells us that the moment you have a group, you get the cancellation laws as a bonus. So once you are in a group, feel free to use the cancellation laws. In fact, it's a very smart idea to use cancellation laws. Sometimes, if you wish to show that, occasionally, you can use the contrapositive. If for some set with respect to a particular operation star, if the cancellation laws don't work, then you can actually conclude that it is not a group. So cancellation laws are an integral part of a group. The moment you have a group, you also have cancellation laws. So please keep this in mind, because though this is not part of the definition, this is an integral part of a group. The moment you have a group, you are free to use left cancellation law as well as right cancellation law. We'll continue with the properties in the next lecture. Thank you.